What did you just say?
You know what I just said.
You're taking me with you.
As roommates, right?
Roommates?
Okay. Then let's get your things and get out of this town.
My stuff's already packed. I left Storm a note. My things are in the car.
Okay. Let's get out of here.
Don't answer it, Jake. Just let it ring. He's not answering.
He must be at work.
No. All of his lessons are in the morning.
Maybe he's out running errands or something.
Yeah, maybe.
What's the matter?
I'm just getting a bad feeling about this.
Margo, are you absolutely certain that this is what we should do?
Felicia, I want Jake to be normal. You know, he's had 10 years of hell. His whole lifetime has been hell, and I want it to be over.
I want that too, but how do we accomplish it? By telling him I know he was sexually abused? That we went to see a doctor and she said that he has to confront his father? How will he react to that, Margo?
With humiliation and embarrassment when he knows you've been told. And after that?
After that, he may never want to see me again.
But we don't have any other choice, do we? I mean, he has to be told, doesn't he?
Yes. Not only does he have to be told, he has to be convinced to go see your father.
Oh, God, just the thought of the two of them face to face.
One step at a time. Let's find him and tell him.
Yeah.
Mother, come on in.
How's it going?
Down to the wire, as usual.
You'd think we'd learn by now.
Tell myself that same damn thing every season. What's up?
I hear you had a visitor earlier.
Macy.
I had a visit with her as well.
She's quite a lady, isn't she?
You know, this whole thing would be a lot easier if she were more like her mother.
Or better yet, more like her stepfather. I keep telling myself there's got to be some way to make this work.
I don't think there is, and we have been over this and over this.
I told her maybe in a couple of years, when things calm down between her family and ours.
Well, honey, that's predicated on if. I don't think that's going to happen.
No, you're probably right. It's highly unlikely. Especially with Garrison running that company.
I think it's going to be the difficult decision. I think Thorne's going to have to break off the relationship.
Mother, he's not going to do that.
Well, he might if he had the proper motivation.
Motivation?
Beautiful young woman.
Thorne is not looking for another woman. He's not open to that.
Well, if he found someone who appeared to be as special as Macy, he might be.
You sound like you have someone in mind. I certainly don't know anyone like that.
Oh, I think you do. Dr. Hayes.
Taylor?
Well, yes, I think she'd be perfect for Thorne. Don't you?
The bold and the beautiful. This portion sponsored by Cream of Wheat Hot Cereals. They're smooth, creamy and delicious.
Well, I would think that Dr. Hayes and Thorne would make a marvelous match, don't you agree?
Except he's not interested.
Well, given the chance he might be interested,
Give him the chance, Mother. He doesn't want the chance.
I think we should try and set them up.
Leave me out of this one.
Ridge. If Thorne marries Macy, it's going to be a disaster.
Well, sometimes you can't avoid a disaster.
Well, you sure as hell have got to try to avoid one.
Mother, Thorne is not going to agree to go out with this woman, and even if he does, she won't go out with him.
Why do you say that?
Because she's not the kind that appreciates a blind date.
Well, I can understand that, but I mean, if you were to ask her to go out with him, she might be able to help him the same way she's helped you.
Why do I get the feeling here that there's more to this than meets the eye?
What do you mean?
I'll tell you what I mean. Are you trying to steer me away from Taylor? Is that what's going on here?
Why would I do that?
Because it would be the perfect scenario. Taylor, Thorne, Macy out of the way, and me.
And you?
Mother, I strongly suggest you find yourself another plan here.
I think there are a lot of compelling reasons to introduce the doctor to Thorne. I mean, she certainly can turn men's heads, can't she?
Yes, she can certainly do that.
Ridge, we have got to fight this wedding. If we don't, your brother's life is going to end up in turmoil, and I think this business is going to end up in jeopardy. I wish that you would introduce Thorne to the doctor. Well, she certainly hasn't captured you to any extent yet, has she?
What is this?
That's the note I left you.
I can read. What I want to know is what the hell you think you're doing.
Storm, there's nothing to discuss. We're leaving. Come on, Jake.
Wait. Don. Storm. Donna wants to do this.
And you agree with it?
Yeah, we're friends. Why not?
Friends.
Yeah, there is nothing going on between us.
You can bet your life on that.
Storm, stop it. Now, I'm not a child. You can't tell me how to live my life.
What about school, Donna, huh? You just gonna drop out?
No, I'll transfer.
Transfer where?
Wherever we end up.
Oh, I see. Wherever you end up.
Hey, look, man, the bottom line is she is an adult.
Hey, man, the bottom line is she's an adult when it's convenient for you to think of her as an adult.
You ease up, Storm.
Donna, you're not going anywhere. And if Mr. Muscles here wants to take you somewhere, I'm gonna level him.
Back off, Storm.
You act like a child, I will treat you like a child.
Hey, who the hell do you think you are talking?
Who do I think I am? You want to know who I think I am? I'll tell you who I think I am!
Stop it, both of you. I want to talk to my brother.
Your brother...
Now, Storm. It's important.
Donna, let's go.
No way.
Donna, go with your brother. Felicia and I want to speak to Jake alone.
Go ahead. What's going on?
You're going somewhere?
Yeah. So, why'd you come here?
There's something that we need to talk to you about. It's very important.
What?
It's about Dad. It's about you and Dad.
Not here, Margo. Not now.
Yes, Jake, here. And yes, now.
You didn't tell her.
Yes. I know what happened to you. I know about you and your father, Jake.
Due to illness, the role of Taylor Hayes will be played by Sherilyn Walter.
You're not leaving.
Well, unless you're an emergency, I am.
Oh, I'm an emergency, all right. Definitely an emergency.
Oh. Well, what is your problem?
Well, it's kind of embarrassing.
I'm a doctor. You can tell me anything.
Well, are you familiar with what happens to a man when he's been without a woman as long as I have?
Yes. He becomes purified. He sees more clearly. He transcends all of the worldly concerns of the flesh, and in turn, he gains a rather spiritual aura.
Well, you have me pegged. That's definitely my problem.
No, that's not a problem. That's a quality.
Well, that depends on what your point of view is, and I think it's a problem.
Well, then allow me to write you a prescription.
For what?
4 sessions of meditation, 20 minutes daily. 2 periods of mantra chanting. You'll forget all about those disgusting physical urges in no time.
I think I have a much quicker way of doing that.
Here in my office.
Well, I told you it was an emergency.
But I have an emergency, too.
You do?
Yes, I have an appointment.
What, you have a date?
Don't make it sound like an impossibility.
Is that true? You have a date?
You are finding it hard to believe.
Well, I never really thought about you and other men, but you do have other men in your life, don't you?
Other men besides...
Just other men.
Well, I don't only relate to women.
Do you think you could relate to my brother?
Jake, it's good that I know. It's important that I know.
Sorry, I don't agree.
Jake, everything that happened between us, it makes sense now. It has an explanation.
Explanations are a dime a dozen, Felicia. Solutions, that's what we need, and they don't exist in this case.
Yes, they do. That's why we're here. Because we may have a possible solution.
Solution to what? I don't understand what you're talking about.
Jake, we talked to a professional. And they made a suggestion. It was a very compelling suggestion. Jake, one that might take some of the misery out of your life, if you're only willing to go along with it.
You're asking me if I could relate to your brother?
Yes, Thorne.
Yes, I know who he is.
You said you do date.
So why not your brother, huh? He's a man.
All right, I admit there's more to it than this.
I would suspect so.
We're trying to help him get over a relationship.
So I'm the rebound woman, is that it?
All right, forget this.
In one breath, he offers his brother. In the very next, he rescinds the offer.
Just inquiring
Inquiring?
for information.
If you want information, just ask me.
I guess I never really thought about you and other men until just today.
And how does it affect you?
Frankly, it makes me feel kind of Stupid.
Why is that?
Because a woman of your beauty and finesse, of course she has men in every corner of her life.
Well, no, that's not the case. But if it were, how would that make you feel?
How would you like it to make me feel?
I would like it to make you feel insanely jealous.
Are you ready for me to be insanely jealous?
What woman wouldn't want you to be jealous? I mean, it's quite a feather in a gal's cap, don't you think?
You're more typical than I thought, then.
In some ways. But in others, I'm not like anything you've ever encountered.
I can believe that.
Before we take this one step
No,
further...
I know you have a date.
Tell me it bothers you.
And if I did?
You won't. See you soon.
You two talk to someone about me.
Jake, this was a competent professional.
I don't care. This is my life. My problem, not yours.
No, it is my problem, too. I'm in love with you, Jake. I want you to be well again.
What did this professional have to say?
That you are not the first person to be sexually abused by a parent.
Oh, if that's supposed to be some kind of consolation...
No, that is a way of saying that there are ways of recovery.
What ways?
Well, one way, and I'm not for a minute suggesting that it's going to be easy, is confrontation.
Confrontation? I don't get it. With whom?
With a person who has given you all of this anger and guilt. The person who's changed your life.
Jake, the man that you trusted, the man that I trusted, who did something so terrible to you that love and trust does not exist in your life and is not going to until you get rid of this anger that's controlling your life, Jake. Until you direct it at him. Not at yourself and not at the world, but at him. At our father. At Dad, Jake. Where it belongs.
Confront him.
Jake, he is the cause of all of your torture. Practically every problem you have in your life goes back to what he did to you. You've got to have so much bitterness toward him.
Bitterness does not even describe it.
Let it out. Tell him how you're feeling. Tell him what he did to your life. He is the source of all of your pain, Jake. You've got to go back to the source if you're going to get well again.
You know, I've thought about all this. In fact, I've had dreams about facing him. Dreams that have always ended with my killing him. If I were to see him again, I don't know what I might do.
I don't think you would do that. I don't think you could.
Jake, you've got to give this some thought. This could be an answer for you. This could be a cure. What would it mean to you to have a chance for recovery?
Jewelry provided by Stephen Dweck. Join us again for the bold and the beautiful.